And welcome to Taking Stock. I'm Alicia Fogden here with Paula Thompson to talk about what's in this week's Stock Journal. South Australians are being warned to remain vigilant following the recommendation to reduce the Northern Basin's water recovery target by 70 gigalitres. Murray-Darling Basin Authority Chief Executive Officer Philip Glyde has recommended the Northern Basin's sustainable diversion limit be reduced from 390 gigalitres to 320 gigalitres in a bid to reduce economic and social impacts driven by productive water losses in regions of Queensland as part of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan. A Murray-Darling Basin Authority spokesperson said the amendment would result in a very small change to the amount of water flowing into the Southern Basin. But local leaders such as SA Senator Nick Xenophon and Member for Chaffey Tim Whetstone warn that the cuts should not be at the expense of South Australian communities and the environment.
High prices for goat meat are raising questions about a change to legislation banning farming of the animal on pastoral leases. A state government review into the topic is ongoing. A Stock Journal poll asking if goat farming should be allowed in SA pastoral leases received a strong response with an 81.6% yes vote. Livestock SA President Jeff Power said the group's proposal was to allow landholders to fence off suitable areas and to hold on to goats for longer to create a truckload. The SA Pastoral Board presiding member Jeff Mills said board policy on goats remained the same, and that was to remove as many of the pests as possible. He said there were no applications from lessees to change this policy.
This week's rain has been patchy across the state, but more showers are expected in the coming days. The upper north of South Australia recorded the highest rainfall totals on Tuesday, with Quorn receiving 16 millimetres and Wilmington 10 millimetres. Other larger totals included Port Augusta with 12 millimetres, Warooka with 8, Para with 7, Paraquet with 10 and Kalangadoo with 10 millimetres. More will be needed, however, to make up for the dry start to sowing for many.
Southeast Asian countries looking to go down the path of dairy self-sufficiency appear to be taking the opportunity created by declining Chinese demand to lock in supplies of Australian and New Zealand export heifers. Australia's largest cattle exporter, Wellard Limited, this week delivered its first shipment of 2,000 pregnancy-tested in-calf Friesian Jersey heifers to Sri Lanka, under a contract to supply 20,000 head by the end of next year. Sri Lanka has taken about 1,000 to 1,500 head a year from Australia in the past couple of years, so the Wellard development represents a significant boost in business. Dairy analysts say Sri Lanka, along with Indonesia, Malaysia and Vietnam, had stepped up to take Australian heifers in the wake of China's lowered buying activity. That's it for this week. We'll see you next time.